Hello? Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? There's someone outside my house. Shout out by the door. Right, so I'm on my own. I've got no friends this video, so it must be one thing. No, I'm not getting slapped with a giant fish again. That's not happening for a long while. Or at least for another 3 or 4 videos time. Yes, it is time to delve into my diary of awkwardness and girl confusion and just generally being a terrible speller. It's Joe's diary, part 8. This is the final episode of Joe's diary. It's the end of an era. It's like an episode of EastEnders happening right outside. This is real London, guys. This is real life London. I'm gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait a bit. I need to find out what's going on.
The 17th of September.
Today I woke up and went to the boot sale. Still spelt wrong. A few days afterwards from the last one, I still can't spell it right. I got a Game Boy Color. It's brilliant. Oh, Game Boy Colors. I used to have the original Game Boy as well. If you had a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color, let me know what your favourite game was in the comments below. It's brilliant! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And Zoe got a double suspension bike. A double suspension bike. I remember being so jealous of Zoe's double suspension bike. If it wasn't purple, I would have stolen that bike and ridden it more than she did, because she never actually rode her bike. I remember when Zoe wasn't in, I used to creep into the garage, get her bike out and ride it around the garden, but I couldn't actually ride it in public because I was scared that people would judge me for it being purple and laugh at me.
The 19th of September.
Today I woke up and went to school. Zoe's friends came to have their nails done. So my mum's a nail technician, she does nails, she does like fake nails. Rachel kept, C-E-P-T, Rachel kept on saying I'm cute and stuff like that. Yuck! Then I got a McDonald's and went to bed. What a contrast.
The 21st of September.
Today I woke up and went to school. Then I went home and pottered around the house doing lots of stuff. Oh, it's back again. I'm just pottering. Ah! Ow! Then me and my dad watched Lord of the Rings 2. When we got home, I found a really cool stick in the garden which I decided to use as a sword. Oh god, you can see where this is going. I spent the rest of the evening playing Lord of the Rings with myself in the garden. Oh, it's so tragic. If you ever used to play imaginary games with yourself in the garden, you probably didn't. You probably all had friends that you just go and hang out with. But for me, I'd just seen the film, I was very excited, and whenever I watch an action film, I don't do it now obviously, I used to try and reenact them in the garden with sticks.
The 22nd of September.
Today I woke up and went to the boot sale. Still spelt wrong. I got Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation for the PC, which I remember never worked. The amount of times I'd buy a game or something and take it home and put it on, and the person at the boot sale had sold us a game that was broken, or it wouldn't work. It would break my heart. I used to buy games in bulk because I knew at least one of them wouldn't work. I think that's why I've always grown up with mild trust issues. Then I went to Nan's and went on a 5-mile bike ride. Bloody hell. That's good going. I rode over a thorn and then I had a puncture, and then I jumped off a curb and my wheel popped, so I had to walk for about 3 miles. Then I got home and had tea, and now I was going to sleep. Good night. I would love to like somehow go back in time and just like hover above myself and watch that moment.
The 11th of October.
Today I woke up and went to golf with Lewis. Then he came back to play. We played with my Lord of the Rings. I put it as LOTR, and then I put a little line off it saying LOTR means Lord of the Rings, ... duh. You know, like how some people are very protective over certain YouTubers and stuff? I was very protective over Lord of the Rings. So if anyone like dissed it, I would get my stick out the garden and start chasing around, pretending I was Aragorn. Actually, no, it was Legolas. He was my favourite. Although whenever we played it with my mates, I always had to be Gollum, because apparently I looked the most like him. So Lewis came back and played my LOTR Warhammer. Oh yeah. This is another one. So there's this stuff called Lord of the Rings Warhammer, which was basically little miniature figures that you bought, then you painted them. They didn't even come painted, you had to paint them yourself. And then you battle them against other people's armies, and I kind of got into that. Then Jake came around and had a conker fight. If you don't know what a conker is, it's like a chestnut, a horse chestnut, that you put on a bit of string and you whack it with a thingy. I'll put a picture up. I hit Jake's conker so hard that it smashed it completely open. Jake started crying and went home, but I didn't care because I was still the undefeated, which surprisingly I've spelt the word right, undefeated. I was the undefeated champion in my tutor group. So what? That's not something to be proud of, Joe. Then I went down Liam's house, we played football and then played on his PlayStation 2, and I went home to make Helm's Deep for my Warhammer.
October the 22nd.
Today I woke up and went to school. Then I went home. I've got something white growing in the back of my throat. Good night. I have no idea. I can't remember. Maybe tonsillitis, but I never had that when I was younger. Maybe it's because growing up I was never really allowed a pet. So I thought, do you know what? If Mum and Dad, if you're not going to buy me a pet, I'm just going to grow one in the back of my throat. That is so grim.
The 23rd.
Today I woke up and went to school. We really pissed off our bus driver. Well, Luke, Josh and Nathan did. And Josh trapped his fingers in the door. Then I went home and went on the PS2. I remember that. We went to school on a minibus and we had a load of different drivers. And this one driver absolutely hated us.
The 25th of October.
Today I woke up and went on the roof to the chimney on our roof. Great sentence structure there, Joe. Gold star for you, 10 out of 10, well done. It was amazing. I think this is the moment where I realised that I want a career that's on a roof. Even though it was a freezing cold October morning, I spent the whole day up on that roof. Not doing anything special, just having a look really, and just pretending I was a pirate in a crow's nest.
The 30th day of October.
Today I woke up and went to Nan's and we watched Finding Nemo on pirate copy. And we watched Pirates of the Caribbean on pirate copy. Oh, anyway. And then I went home and Lily and Jess came around and they went home and I went to bed and I drew a picture of a funny face. Do people still call it pirate copy? I don't know.
31st of October.
Today I woke up and went somewhere. Then, wait, what? Today I woke up and went somewhere. Didn't say where. Obviously it wasn't that important. Then I played on the PlayStation 2 and James and Hattie came round. We went to the garden centre and I went through a Halloween grotto. It was so scary, in brackets, sarcastic. Oh. Then we made a pumpkin. As we were leaving the garden centre, I saw an old man fall down a step. There were some kids that were laughing at him, but I was always told growing up that it's very rude to laugh at people when they fall over, especially old people. Don't laugh at old people when they fall over. It's harder for them to get back up. Trust me. Even when I fall over now, I struggle. I'm only 24. I must have been so bored. Look. Where did I get the inspiration from to draw that? I have no idea, but I apologise.
November 22.
Today I woke up, in brackets, early because we were going to watch the World Cup rugby final. And England drew with Australia at full time, so they had an extra 20 minutes. We scored 3 points and then they did in the last 60 seconds. Johnny Wilkinson did a drop goal and then the final whistle blew and we won the World Cup final. I remember that day crystal clear. Like honestly, there's some days growing up that just stick in your memory. You've probably wondered in other videos what this is, the back of my diary. Well, this is what it is. It's old newspaper clippings. Champions. Squad goals right there. Squad goals. Quite literal squad goals.
The 25th of November.
Today I woke up and went to school. Our bus driver had road rage with a lorry driver. Then he said F***. And then he almost killed us by crashing the bus. This is the same guy who hated us before. Like, he just should have quit there and then. Why was he still doing the job? Like, if you don't like your job, don't do it. There's plenty of other jobs. Well, there's not really, is there? But you're probably thinking, Joe, how did you, you almost died going home from school once. What did you do when you get home? Surely you, reported him or, spoke to your mum about it at least. No, this is what I did. Then I went home and played on The Sims. And then I did nothing. Good night. How would you get over a near-death experience? You just play on The Sims.
16th of December. Oh, I spat everywhere.
Today I woke up and went to school. I was asked out again by Georgia. I said no again. I don't think she can get it into her head that I don't want to go out with her. Then I went home and did some homework. Then I looked at my presents. Not, in brackets, not looked as in looked inside my presents, but looked at them. Then I went to bed. Good night. Throughout this whole diary, she's been asking me out and I've said no. She was very persistent. I can't get over the fact that she once squirted a froob into the PC computer and broke it for a week. After that, I just wasn't interested in her at all. I thought, you know what, you've ruined everyone's fun by doing that. She got a froob, like a yogurt in a tube, and squirted it into the floppy disk drive so we couldn't play any floppy disk games at school. That for me was the end of it.
The 25th of December, otherwise known as Christmas Day. Ho ho! Today
I woke up and got my sack out. Not that kind of sack, okay? That sack stayed where it was, my Christmas sack. Then I went to Zoe's room with my sack. Stop it. I got a stink blaster, a wind-up plane, a glow-in-the-dark pens, spider pens, and lots of... spider pens! Do you remember spider pens? Completely useless. Great for arts and crafts, if you're making a card for someone or something. Rubbish for schoolwork, if you want to actually write anything, useless. Then I got 3 boxes of Warhammer, and some really cool blue lights and a book called Board of the Rings. You could tell my parents were fed up with me playing Lord of the Rings in the garden, like, no, we need to give him a book to like wean him off of it a little bit. Then we went to Nanny and Grandad's house, and then James and Harriet came round, and we all played games and lots more presents. Then we had Christmas dinner. Me and James taped fun snaps to Nanny's chair, and when she sat down, ... bang! It was really funny.
The 31st of December.
Today I woke up and played on Tony Hawk's. Then I went to the common with Louie and Joe. Joe had a remote-controlled helicopter and we flew it. It goes really high. This is back in the day before drones. Then I went round their house and we played on the PS2. Then I went home and me and Zoe went round Nan's and watched telly. Then we watched the Big Ben chime 12 o'clock. Happy New Year. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot. It was New Year's Eve. Oh no. So down here I've written out my New Year's resolutions list, right? And bearing in mind I've been at my new secondary school, which is a very good secondary school, for a quarter of a year or for a whole term. I've still spelled resolutions wrong. My New Year's revolutions. Well, this year there's only 2, which is a good thing. They were, number 1, don't write another diary because they're hard work. And number 2, be more wild, smiley face, but wild spelled W-I-L-E-D. Anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of a whole series of my year of 2003, and hopefully it's made you laugh. Hopefully you can relate to it somehow if you're maybe a little bit older. You may think this is it. Oh no, this is the end. Joe, it's all over. No, wrong. My first New Year's revolution, I actually broke. I said don't write another diary, but I actually have. I've written loads more since this. I kind of got really into it. So I've actually head off home this weekend to find my other diaries, and we can relive a new series following my life growing up through secondary school. Thumbs up if you're excited for that. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week with another Soak Sunday special. Cheers, bye!